Good morning, dear ones. So happy to be here this morning. A little note about my sermon this morning. I'm going to hand out or speak to some quotes about paying attention, and I hope as we flow through this sermon, you'll pick up those moments when I do quote. And also, would you do me a favor, if you think you're hearing a quote, close your eyes and see if any of these touch your heart. Good morning. Sit down, shut up, and pay attention. Woo! Perhaps a big ouch there. Contemporary Unitarian Universalist minister James Ishmael Ford, in a July issue of Shambhala Sun magazine, said, "Sit down, shut up, pay attention." We can do this wherever we are, in whatever situation we find ourselves. By sitting down, shutting up, and paying attention, you never know when it'll reveal what is true and what is fake. The longer I observe the way people really act, the happier I am that I never pay attention to them. Paying attention. The transformative power it holds in deepening our connection with humanity cannot be denied. In a world filled with distractions and busyness, the practice of paying attention offers us a pathway to presence, empathy, and compassion. Cultivating awareness and attentiveness in our lives, it would seem to me, holds a particular opportunity to more deeply understand ourselves, others, and indeed the world all around us. Attention is the rarest and purest form of generosity. It is said of the Dalai Lama that when he stops to talk to you, for that moment, he makes you feel that you are the most important thing in his life. You have his full attention. You are what you pay attention to. That kind of deep attention that we pay as children is something that I cherish, that I think we all can cherish and reclaim, because attention is that doorway to gratitude, the doorway to wonder, the doorway to reciprocity. And it worries me greatly that today's children can recognize 100 corporate logos and fewer than 10 plants. In a society that often values productivity and efficiency, the act of paying attention can be seen as a radical act of generosity and compassion. When we truly listen, observe, and engage with presence, we offer the gift of our full attention to others, honoring their humanity and creating space for connection and understanding to flourish. By slowing down and tuning into the present moment, we open ourselves up to the richness and depth of human experience, fostering empathy and solidarity with those around us, with all that is around us. If I'm always reading today of what I paid forward from yesterday, I need to quit paying forward and begin paying attention. Looking slowly, nurturing awareness is a way to change one's life. Whether we're eating, working, meditating, or talking, the reason that we're here in this world at all is to study ourselves. In fact, it's been said that studying ourselves provides all the books we need. She listens to him with great intensity because she's paying no attention to him at all. Attention is vitality. It connects you with others. Paying attention is not merely about focusing on external stimuli or information. It's about attuning to the subtleties of our inner landscape and the world around us. When we pay attention with intention and curiosity, we become more attuned to the nuances of human emotions, experiences, and needs. This heightened awareness allows us to respond with empathy and kindness, bridging the gap between ourselves and others with compassion and understanding. It is not what you first think. There's no effort of will, no firm resolve in the face of this thing called living. There is only paying attention to the quiet each morning while you hold your cup in the cool air. And then that moment you choose to spread your love like a cloth upon the table and invite the whole day in again. She said this, and I nodded. I didn't pay attention. She didn't pay attention to me. We floated through our days in that way. When you pay attention to your inner voice, even if it doesn't sound rational, you may live some of the most important experiences of your life. Wherever you are, be there totally. Give whatever you are doing and whoever you are with the gift of attention. In our fast-paced and interconnected world, it's easy to become overwhelmed by the constant barrage of stimuli vying for our attention. However, by cultivating a practice of mindfulness and presence, we can learn to filter out the noise and distractions, honing our ability to focus on what truly matters in our interactions with others, with that which is in the world around us. When we pay attention with an open heart and mind, we create space for authentic connections to blossom, fostering a sense of belonging and community that transcends barriers of difference and division. Experience can birth a skill if you're aware of how your mind reacts to situations. Practice watching your mind when everything is fine, and it can help you to keep calm when problems arise. Let me keep my distance always from those who think they have the answers. Let me keep company always with those who say, "Look!" and laugh in astonishment and bow their heads. It is our attentiveness that is in short supply, our ability and willingness to do the work that awe requires. But what I notice is when I look up from scrolling on my phone, when I look out the window and appreciate the sunlight and the trees, or when I pet my cat or my dogs, that feels better. That feels more real. It feels like I'm in my life again. In the stillness of attention, we find the seeds of transformation and growth. When we pause to truly see, hear, and feel the world around us, we open ourselves up to new perspectives and insights that can expand our understanding of ourselves and others. By paying attention to the stories, struggles, and joys of those we encounter, we cultivate a sense of shared humanity and interconnectedness that reminds us of our inherent worth and dignity as individuals. In the stillness of attention, we find the seeds of transformation and growth. I want to share words from a writer who calls her column Nostalgia Rants. The title of this particular column is called Mary Oliver and the art of paying attention. When Mary says attention is the beginning of devotion, she speaks of being fully present and attentive to the world around her, a first step towards developing a deep sense of reverence, connection, and commitment. By paying attention to the details, beauty, and complexities of life, we open ourselves up to a deeper understanding and appreciation of the world and our place within it. This act of attentive observation and engagement can lead to a sense of devotion, not only to people and things we care about, but also to the larger interconnected web of existence that we are a part of. In essence, Mary suggests that by cultivating a practice of paying attention, we lay the foundation for a profound sense of devotion and reverence towards life, nature, and the mysteries of the universe. The writer of Nostalgia Rants goes on to say, attention is a commodity, and the whole world is fighting for it. From work to family and friends, we must divide ourselves and keep dividing ourselves. Thousands of people from the advertising industry to the film and book and technological industries make their living off of gaining our attention. Nowadays, the force that seems to win out the most in the game of gaining our attention is our phones. Surprise? I can easily spend 4 hours a day staring at my phone. There's an awe to be found there for sure. I have access to more information than anyone at any other time in history has ever had. I can contact just about anyone, anywhere in the world with a tap of my finger. It's magical. And it goes for most things with tremendous power, and as it goes, it's also horrific. I am inundated with tales of suffering from everywhere, all the time. When I spend an hour on my phone, I spend half of that time laughing at silly jokes and the other half in a state of high anxiety. How do I fix all these problems? It's impossible. Everything is impossible. Mary offers instructions for living a life. Pay attention, be astonished, tell about it sometimes. Every morning on my way to work, I pass by a pond by the side of the highway. In the summer, the pond is filled with lily pads. In the fall, the autumn leaves dance on the surface of the water. And in winter, a low fog hangs over the pond. In spring, the trees begin to bloom once more. The lily pads return. All year long, there are geese and swans that live in this pond. I see this pond for less than a minute every day, but it fills me with long-lasting joy. For a month, my sister had to drive me to work, and I told her my favorite part of the morning was seeing this pond and watching the birds in the pond. And her response was, "What pond?" Her excuse was that she was busy focusing on the road. A perfectly valid excuse. She was driving, after all. Most of us spend our lives focusing on the road. After all, if we don't, the likelihood of a crash dramatically increases. Driving is a high-risk game, and this is a metaphor, one that hopefully makes some sense. The road is important. It demands our attention, but so too is the pond important. It demands our attention, though its voice may be a softer temptation. For Mary, paying attention is religion. To put it this way she puts it this way in her poem, The Summer Day. I don't know exactly what prayer is. I do know how to pay attention, how to fall down into the grass, how to kneel down in the grass, how to be idle and blessed, how to stroll through the fields, which is what I've been doing all day. Tell me, what else should I have done? And from the same poem, tell me, what is it you plan to do with your one wild and precious life? When one reads these words alone, one might think Mary is suggesting that we use up every second of our lives, that we need to go out into the world and make something of ourselves. Achieve our dreams and let not a single second slip by. She isn't. Mary isn't telling us to go out and do anything. She's telling us to stay. Pay attention. Sit down. Watch. And listen. Her words are comforting. I spend so much of my life wondering about the impact I will have on the world. What will my legacy be? Have I truly accomplished anything? After hours on my phone, I scroll myself into a maelstrom of worry. There is so much suffering everywhere all the time. How is this world possibly supposed to go on? And in the morning, I go to work. I notice the swans. They don't notice me. This is the world. Somehow I'm not in it. But it is so beautiful. Mary says to pay attention. This is our endless and proper work. Yes. No. Final words from Nostalgia Rants. So go. Pay attention. And think carefully about what you have chosen to pay attention to. As we reflect on the power of paying attention and deepening our connection with humanity, may we be inspired to cultivate a practice of mindfulness and presence in our daily lives. By honoring the gift of attention as a form of generosity and devotion, we can create a more compassionate and empathetic world where all of creation may be seen, heard, and valued. May we commit to paying attention with intention and care, embracing the transformative potential it holds, and fostering connection, understanding, and love within our community and the whole wide world around us. Amen.